Ready? You want to get this over with quick?
All right, I started the recording.
All right. I will call the meeting of the Conservation Commission for February 2nd open. And we have minutes from January 19th to approve. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. We would have had a new public hearing. However, the advertising was done incorrectly. So we can skip over that one till the next meeting.
Just an explanation.
Yep.
The enterprise has changed things up. So the person that Kitty would email the ads to didn't get them, and we're not sure she's even still working for them. So she got that straightened out last week while I was on vacation. And so it will be advertised properly for the 16th, 16th, which is our next meeting.
Okay. Which means we have administrative, a request for certificate of compliance for 300 North Elm Street.
Yes, 300 North Elm Street. I don't see that the engineer is on the meeting, but I believe possibly the purchaser of the property is. And the Conservation Office received a as-built of the property, and we've had some dialogue with the builder ever since the construction started that I was concerned about the drainage onto both of the abutting properties. This is a house that was torn down and built and rebuilt, I mean, brand new house. And it's really tight to the lot lines. And so grading was very important for making sure that the abutters weren't impacted by runoff. So naturally, late in the season, they weren't able to get the grass growing there. So all there is a dirt surface. The erosion control barriers are still in. We received like I said, an as-built from the engineer and a letter certifying that it conformed substantially to the approved plan. And I questioned him on that because the plan called for a infiltration trench on one of the sides of the property to prevent runoff from getting onto the abutter, and it wasn't constructed. So I asked him to prepare a letter to discuss that issue so that we would have it for tonight's meeting. So I'm going to call that up and share it with you. So this is the letter. It was dated January 26th. He writes in here to the commission members, this correspondence is sent to certify that the surface water from the reference site will not adversely impact the property at 296 North Elm Street, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Broman. They're the abutter on the left side of the house as you face it from the street. It is my opinion that the surface water interceptor drain per my design is not needed, and that the grading, although it is not exactly per the design, the intent is met due to the fact that a majority of the surface water does flow towards the wetlands. Per the request of Mr. Broman, I'm recommending the following: that prior to the issuance of the final certificate of compliance, that the grass is fully established and that a 1 foot wide, 6-inch deep crushed stone trench strip is placed along the toe of the southerly stone retaining wall where the straw wattle is currently located to facilitate the surface water runoff coming off of Mr. Broman's driveway and the public sidewalk. So he has come up with a plan to compensate for the fact that the interceptor trench wasn't put in, and basically that's what he's actually calling out to have done in the springtime. So on the other side of the property, which would be the right side as you face it, I've been working to get that grading so that it wouldn't impact the abutter to the right side of the house. And for the most part, the grading is done so that that isn't going to be a problem. And the only other issue is that the person who did the blacktop for the new driveway for this house paved over the public sidewalk and raised the elevation of the sidewalk without regard to the upslope side of the property and the downside or downslope side of the property. So he's created somewhat of a high point where the water now may be directed, and I say maybe because we really have to see some rainstorms before we can determine it, but the abutter to the right side is fearful that the water will come down her driveway now and go directly into her garage that she has at the end of the driveway. So Chris Yanatelli has chimed in with concerns that the person who paved over the public sidewalk without permission from Chris or the DPW needs to address that. So we have three unfinished items, the grass growing, the strip or trench on the left side of the property, and dealing with the sidewalk issue in the spring. So as long as the commission feels comfortable, I'm comfortable with requiring, if we issue a certificate of compliance, a cash bond of $6,000 to assure that the hydroseeding will be done in the spring and any washouts are filled in with loam, that the sidewalk will be reconstructed to the original elevation, and that the interceptor trench on the left side of the property will be installed. So I think $6,000 will cover it. So I would recommend issuing it, requiring the builder to give us a cash surety of $6,000, and it would be released if in the spring all those things are dealt with.
Is there anybody in the,
I didn't get that, Lee. What?
is there anybody in the house right now?
No, they are going to close on it either the end of this week. I think it's the end of this week.
So they figure that in order to get the certificate of compliance, they need that in order to close?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bailey, is it? If you can hear this, you can chime in and let me know if I'm incorrect.
Hello, no, sir, you're correct. We're waiting for the certificate of compliance for the closing to be able to go through.
Bailey's the prospective new owner.
Okay, anybody have any questions? I think the $6,000 should cover it if the developer's not gonna come back and fix it, and the town either has to or we have to find somebody else.
Sounds good to me.
Well, works.
Okay. I don't see how the certificate of compliance would, in order to sell the house, you need it or you don't
Yeah.
need it?
Yeah,
Need
you
it.
definitely need it.
Yeah.
Definitely, okay. Yeah, sounds good to me then.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to issue a certificate of compliance with a bond and noting that we have 3 items that need to be addressed before releasing.
So I'll make that motion as described by Tim.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved.
All right, good luck, Bailey.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
And John, do we have any invoiced?
Nothing.
And I'm assuming if there's a closing the end of the week, we'll need to come in and or see Kitty to get things signed,
Yep, so,
or you, or
so I'm thinking that this probably could be dealt with tomorrow, first thing. Kitty was out today, so we didn't have it prepared, but I think we can get it prepared first thing in the morning. So if 3 of you could come by, I know Tim, you get out early and get back.
yeah, I can be in early mid-afternoon. So
Yeah,
Okay,
I
then.
can come by late morning.
Bailey, if you're still on, if we get that paperwork to you for Thursday, is that going to work out all right?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. As soon as possible is great, whenever you can get to it.
So hearing that, if we get it prepared first thing in the morning and everybody gets by tomorrow during the morning and afternoon, we'd have it to give to whoever's going to pick it up on Thursday easily. So I think we'd be in good shape.
That's
can-
wonderful. Thank you.
I can swing by about noon, so.
perfect, great. All right. Anybody else have anything else?
I see Chris Lyons is on the meeting. Did you hear all that, Chris? Apparently not. All right. So that's it.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
How's
Not a
that?
new record, but close.
Yeah.
Close.
All right. Good seeing everybody.
All right, thanks a lot.
Good seeing you. Welcome back, John.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Good night.
But yeah.
Good night.